almost 4 decades ago. He did postgraduate studies and a registered acupuncturist and completed his studies on body, mind, medicine at Harvard Medical School. He is the product advisor and trainer for BESTZYME BLG in Markham, Ontario. He has published numerous articles on health and wellness and authored 26 books, including the international bestseller Tea Tree Oil Bible, and most recently, Menopause Unveiled. Seriously? Okay. Unlock the secrets to healthy, vibrant aging. Please welcome a very, very good friend of mine for many years, Dr. Rosali.
Thank you, Terence. Well, folks, it's always a pleasure for me traveling all around the world, but I've never had such distinguished guests as our mayor and the councilors, on top of having Dr. Joe and his delegates. I will tell you, I've lectured for many, many years, going back maybe 50 years, teaching people about wellness. But today, my talk is short. I'm going to be very succinct and talking about what's this about enzymes. Without enzymes, nothing can happen, nothing can break down. To make it very simplistic, we eat fats, we eat proteins, we eat carbohydrates. But we need things like lipase, a term to break down fat. We need protease to break down proteins. We need amylase to break down protein. So, what a profound statement I'm going to say. In my 4 decades of practice, 40% of my patients suffered from some type of digestive problems. 40%. In North America, you have over 70 million people with digestive problems. You hear about bloating and gas after we eat. You hear about Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, inflammation of the bowels. Well, I'm going to talk to you about something called enzymes. And enzymes, we call it digestive enzymes. These are what we call the protein-based enzymes that help to break down things so we can absorb it. When you look at this title here, enzymatic catalyst technology, Dr. Joe has done a lot of research, many, many years. And he was on the cutting edge many years ago and has published numerous articles and papers. And he's well sort of what we call a pioneer. Just like I was the first licensed naturopathic doctor in Canada. This is all going back over 4 decades ago. 3 things you take from this slide. The most important thing that I look at this slide is the research. I have to say that I was privileged to go into China and I visited the facilities. He has Nobel Peace Prize laureates that work in conjunction with hundreds of scientists. The problem with our field in medicine and naturopathic medicine, they say, where's the science? But did you know we use the same therapies that we've been doing for centuries? And studying Chinese medicine in Shanghai, they've been studying medicine for over 3,000 years. I have a colleague here, Dr. Bruce Ali. He and I have been working a lot to educate people about acupuncture and Chinese medicine. The second thing is what we call high quality products. How do you know when you buy a product, what's on the label is in the bottle? I will tell you, when I visited Dr. Joe's facility in Shuham, in the province of Jiangsu, I saw the facilities. They test everything from the raw material, and if they don't accept and agree with the impurities in it, they will not make the product. So from the initial stages of getting the raw materials to the final stages, Health Canada has given each and every one of the products that he's mentioned, number 9 products, an NPN number. So you have to be very cognizant and very confident that when you use any of the BESTZYME products, you have hundreds of doctors, researchers, and the blessing from the Health Canada in Canada that says, we agree that everything you do will not harm. That is the first thing we learn in medicine, to do no harm. So when people say that natural products are healthy and preventive, this is why I chose to become a naturopath, preventive medicine. The last thing I will say on this slide, when you see all these things, is what we call E-Act. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Dr. Joe just briefly talked about these things. He has patents that people don't even know. People will try to copy. And in Canada, unlike pharmaceutical drugs are patented. You cannot copy it. But with Dr. Joe's technology, no one can copy his formulas. He's got so many patents, 43 patents. He's got trademarks. And for people to copy our products, it cannot be done. In the world today, if you come up with a menopausal product as Dr. Joe has, no one can copy it because they don't know the validation and the patent of this specific enzyme technology. So enzyme activity catalyst technology. When you take a product as a pharmaceutical drug, it can work instantaneously. Somebody comes to my practice in naturopathic medicine, they have a heart attack or injury. We have fabulous family physicians and surgeons. But I will tell you, in my medical practice, seeing over 100,000 patients over my 4.5 years of decades, we can do preventive medicine. We can teach the people, and that's what Dr. Joe is going to bring into North America and globally, to teach people about preventive medicine. I had to say in my practice, you are not only what you eat, what you think, but meeting Dr. Joe, I added one more. You are not only what you eat and what you think is what you absorb. And that is the enzyme technology. It allows the technology, like when we break down a fat, a protein, and a carbohydrate, he's able, on a molecular structure, every ingredient. So when you take the herbals and the vitamins, and he mentioned it, 10 to 100 times more efficacious. That is tremendous in the field of nutrition. When I studied to be a PhD in nutrition, we didn't learn about enzyme technology as much as Dr. Joe has shared around the world. So when I look at all the trademarks and all the patents that he has, it's tremendous to bring forth to North America his unique products. In summary, number one, people want quick results. We don't go to a doctor more for preventive medicine. We go last minute. We have a pain, we wait. Then we go to a family physician and says, give us a pill. But what we don't do, we don't ascertain the causes of the problem. Many people feel tired. Many people feel lethargic. Yes, you may have a hypothyroid, low thyroid functioning, but I will tell you, over 50% of the people in this room today are not digesting their foods because as we age, we lack digestive enzymes. He mentioned one of the products called papaya. Papaya, where I was born in Trinidad and Tobago as a little child, we had to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Today, we have processed foods, we have poor digestion, we have not enough digestive enzymes. This is where Benzyme fills that niche. We are going to bring to people products that you take so you don't have to take pharmaceutical drugs for an upset stomach, for constipation, for Crohn's. Anything that we could prevent, we could use naturally. When I went to Shuyang last month, I witnessed these facilities. When you look at TV and you look at media, you don't know if it's true or not true. But when I went and I saw all these things, the standardization of products are very key. Every single ingredient, for example, we have a product called 6G, with coenzyme, with zinc. Every product is standardized, it's being tested, and we have Nobel laureate prize winners myself and Dr. Joe, we plan to bring a lot of products that have research on it. So when a menopausal lady goes to a doctor, she has a choice. He says, take hormone replacement therapy. But for a woman, it's your body. You have a choice. You could use things like Dong Quai, prevention, black cohosh, for bones, calcium, for the heart, coenzyme Q10. So when I looked at the technology, not only do they have their facilities that I saw, they have universities and food industries that they work together as a team with Dr. Creeder, who is a Nobel laureate. So they have the best of both worlds on prevention and people in the scientific field. This you can see, for me, as a naturopath, you have to have education. 4 years university, 4 years at the naturopathic college. But like Dr. Bruce and I, we wanted to specialize in something. I specialize in pain control because I treat athletes. My clinic hosts a lot of NHL players in Oakville, and we promote health and wellness. But their diet is not good. So on products like 6G, and we have products like Relaxo, Extricate, as Terence said, scan your code, come in, I can teach you all about preventive medicine. Always look and try to ascertain the causes of a headache. You may not need a pharmaceutical drug. You may need something that increases blood flow. You may need to change your sleeping habits. Very important to understand why you have a problem, remove those causes, and 90% of the cases, the problem will rectify on itself. This is another achievement that I think that Dr. Joe brings to the world. Not only is it in China, but on this part, the Journal of Medicine that he published on the research for the immune system, that is well received, and he is a sorted spokesperson, researcher. His facility boasts hundreds of people. I call his facility the next, and probably currently, the world enzyme capital of globally, and it attracts Nobel Prize winners, researchers, doctors, professors at university to come and learn from his facility in Shuyang, where I visited. At this stage, I will tell people, my goal is not to say medicine doesn't work. It works for emergency. If it's not life-threatening, think about enzymes. Why do we eat food? We eat food because we break it down. When we eat meat, it has to be broken down into amino acids. We have protease. When we eat fats, we need lipase to break it down. That's a digestive enzyme. When we eat bread or spaghetti, we need carbohydrates to break down. We have an enzyme called amylase. So with Dr. Joe's supplements, because we know foods are processed. So by taking Dr. Joe's supplements, and we have 9 and we'll have more, you will know that you could prevent and mitigate a lot of problems that you see in the everyday world. Starting with number 1, heart attacks. Every month, 10 million people worldwide have problems and pass away from heart attacks. Number 2, cancer. I want to learn more from Dr. Joe about his technique, about how he did his paper on the enzyme and immune. If you build your enzyme, you have probably 90% of the problems won in having a good immune system. And number 3, diabetes. And we have a host of a lot of products that can help to prevent. There are 2 types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Type 2, which affects 90% of people, we will educate people. We will tell you what to take so you can prevent, exercise, eating well, and enjoying life. And my philosophy as a naturopath, once again, is to also remember what you eat, what you think, and most importantly, what you absorb. Thank you all very much.